Career Services is here to help students from admission to position. And we say that meaning that we really serve students all the way through their college career. One of the things we know is that, first of all, is that students who work while they're going to school actually do better academically. So we encourage them to work, and I hear a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to work from the day one or in the first semester or in the first year. I want to wait, maybe do that later on. What we actually know is that old habits or new habits, I guess I should say, start in, and so that students actually do better if they think about work or a work component from the onset, because that way habits form and they get used to going to work and going to a job and actually are more successful academically. One of the things that we really encourage students, though, is there is a point. If they're taking about 15 to 16 credit hours, which is a normal load of classes, that they'll do best working about 20 hours per week, and that's part-time. And we know that research tells us that that is the maximum performance. Anything over that, they take more credit hours, the grades start going down. So, or they work more than 20 hours per week, they need to lower the class load, because we know that again, that is the point. They also need to figure in if they're playing a sport or they're in the marching band or something that takes up a great deal of time. But we do encourage them to work from the onset of their college career, and I tell students the reason to work at this point, the money is great. It's nice to have extra money in your pocket, but that's really not the reason to work. The reason to work at this point is to begin to gain or garner references. They're going to need references for that next level, and we're hoping that come after the sophomore year, after the junior year, they're going to start looking at what we call an experiential education component, or an internship, a co-op, something that is related to their college career. And so we want to help them to get a position. If you've worked before, you've got good references, it helps you to move into those positions. So we're helping them to do that. And then of course we're here after graduation to help them find a job after the real employment. But we really look at employment as important during the entire college experience. Career fairs are a very important component to what we do on campus. We have about 7 or 8 of them a year. 2 of the largest ones are held over in Gallagher-Iba Arena. They are, in the last 2 years, we've booked that arena entirely full. We're actually on the concourse area with employers, and we have local, regional, national companies show up. They set up a booth for the sole purpose of visiting with students about work, full-time employment, after graduation employment, internships, co-ops, and you'll see students from all phases of their college career there talking to employers, and it's never too early to start. You can actually go, if you think that you are really interested in working for, say, one of the energy companies, come to the fair, show up, get to know them, introduce yourself, begin to meet them, because it's actually that relationship that they form with you and meet you year after time and after time. They come back to campus. By the time you're a senior, they already know you and they know who they're going to hire, and you're kind of part of their team, so to speak. So it's important for not just graduating seniors to start to attend career fairs. It's important to start get involved early, start going to those events early on. Well, again, resume is an important part of the job search. A student needs to begin forming their resume, again, from the time they enter college. Those early student employment positions, either on campus or off campus, is where that resume building begins. And the student writes a resume to get that job. It evolves again, the document evolves again as they begin to apply for internships. And then, of course, the final evolution is they begin to look for that full-time employment job. But I want to try to impress on students that the resume is a document that follows you throughout your entire career. It begins, it's never an ending, it's never a finished document. It's not here is my completed resume, because as sure as you think that that one's finished, the next day it'll be outdated and you'll do something else or need to add something else to it. So it's an ongoing document that'll really follow you throughout your entire working career. And the students need to start on one as a freshman and begin to get that document put together and have the shell ready to start working on it. Best advice, I would say start now. Look for a part-time job, start thinking about working. Add work into your component. Work will teach you to help you to be better organized. Again, it's important to start gaining those references. References, it's people who will move you from one position to the next. The more you can begin to build your network and get people who are going to say great things about you to the next point, the more successful you'll be at each juncture of the road. So start early, get involved on campus, get involved in the classroom, and the more successful you'll be upon graduation. 4 years will go awfully fast. I know they've heard that from a lot of people, but it's true. My best experience are the fairs. You've got to come to a career fair in Gallagher-Iba just to see it and believe it. I am absolutely amazed at the number of companies and the level of company people that come to OSU and say this is the best place in the world to recruit. We love to come here to recruit students because they know how to work. They are they're great employees to have in our businesses, and you just have to come to a fair and walk around and experience that. So I want to invite everyone to do that now.